Monday, and I just watched Kenzie's Friday video, and the best line by far was, "Jace, I love you, but I wouldn't want to date you because you have a lot of issues." That was hilarious. Anyway, before I talk about this week's video theme, I just have two things to say to Kenzie. One, I told you so with Vampire Academy. For those people who don't know, I do love Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, and I pestered Kenzie a very long time to read it, and finally she had to read it because I lent her the ebook. So she had no excuse not to read this. She didn't have to purchase it or anything. She just had to read it. So, haha, I told you so. My second thing, if anyone's ever doubted that Kenzie and I are sisters, you should watch her Friday video where she talks about how she read the entire Hunger Games trilogy in 48 hours, because that's exactly what I did when I picked up the entire Hunger Games trilogy. I read it in 48 hours. So that's completely unrelated to Monday. Monday, and this week, we are talking about stories on Figment fiction that are not well-hearted. If you don't know what Figment fiction is, for those viewers that we may have that aren't us, Figment fiction is this online social media writing platform for young adult fiction, and a lot of it's written by young adults. And it's a really, really cool website. It just launched publicly in December. But there's this feature on Figment where if you like a story, you heart the story. It's very similar to liking something on Facebook by clicking the little like button. And, so there are popular authors and popular stories and popular series that sort of get all the hype. So this week, Kelly, Kenzie, and I have decided to do some shameless plugging for some authors that have 5 parts or less on their stories, but that we think are, really good. Not well known, but still really good. So the first story I'm doing is kind of a cop-out, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that one out of the way, because it's by an author who has one of the most popular stories on Figment, but a lot of the author's other fiction is then kind of overlooked because of their one super popular story. So that would be, it's a story called Space in Between by Kay Kwa. I'm probably totally mispronouncing that, but it's really good, and it's short, and it ends differently than I thought it would, so that's exciting. The second author that I really like is this author named Michelle. And Michelle has 4 super short, snippet stories on Figment. And they're somewhere between, 500 and 800 words. They're really, really short. But she does manage to capture an entire story and an entire range of emotion and backstory and all these kinds of things in her snippets. And the snippets kind of deal with interrelated characters, and it's just really neat. They're like snapshots of these characters. And my 2 favorite that she wrote are Gravity and Family. Yay. The third author that I picked is sort of a humorous poet, and his poems are really just silly and not serious in any way, and they all have somewhere between 0 hearts and probably 9 or 10 hearts. A few of them are really popular, but he's got 50 or something. So anyway, the author's name is Joshua Mitchell, and his most recently updated poem is Cheese, which I know Kelly will like because Kelly's weirdly obsessed with cheese. So go read Cheese because it's really weird and funny. That's really all there is to that. And if you're watching and you haven't checked out Figment, you totally should. Information about Figment, and it links to the stories I just talked about are in the box down below. And so, Kelly, I will see you on Wednesday, and Kenzie, I will see you on Friday. And Laura, we expect you here soon. We know your video cam thing is working. We know this.